Have you ever felt like no matter what you try in relationships, it just doesn't work? Maybe you're the nice guy, give her space, and you're authentic, yet somehow you still end up confused, frustrated, or even heartbroken. Now imagine if everything you thought you knew about attracting women was leading you in the wrong direction. Today, I'm here to reveal something different. We're diving into 9 weaknesses that every woman has, yet most men don't fully understand. These aren't about playing games or being someone you're not. Instead, they're about knowing how women's minds work and what draws them in on a deeper level. Once you understand these insights, you'll start seeing the dating game through a completely new lens. So stick around, because these 9 hidden truths might change how you approach relationships forever. And if you're ready to learn, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more insights like this. Let's get started. 1. Consistency is rare. In a world filled with instant messaging and endless options, this has become a rare trait, especially in dating. Most men come and go, making promises they don't keep. But here's the thing, women notice this. They're on guard because they've been conditioned to expect inconsistency, and so they naturally pull back when they sense a lack of reliability. Now this is where Stoic philosophy comes into play. Stoicism emphasizes consistency in thought, action, and values, something that creates stability not only in one's own life, but in relationships as well. In Stoic philosophy, consistency isn't just about showing up on time. It's about being reliable in every aspect of your character. As the Stoics would say, it's not what you say, but what you do that defines you. In relationships, this means that the truly dependable man, the one who keeps his word, is the one who will stand out, especially in today's dating world where flakiness is the norm. For example, if you say you'll call her at 7 p.m., call at 7 p.m. This simple action may seem small, but it creates a ripple effect that builds trust. Each time you follow through, you're solidifying her confidence in you. Stoicism teaches us that true confidence and strength come from within, from living by our principles. When you act consistently, not just to impress someone, but because it aligns with your values, you naturally radiate a sense of calm and reliability. This is what it means to be steady and steadfast, a trait women find incredibly attractive. In today's fast-paced world, where attention spans are short and people are often distracted, consistency becomes even more powerful. Many men try to capture attention through flashy gestures or grand promises, but this often falls flat when it's not backed by consistent actions. Instead, embodying Stoic values in your interactions shows that you're in control, that you're grounded, and that you don't let fleeting emotions dictate your actions. You become a man of substance, not just words. Imagine the impact on her if, over time, she sees that you're the man who follows through. In moments of doubt or difficulty, your consistency becomes her anchor, her safe harbor. This is what Stoic philosophy encourages, being a source of calm amidst chaos, a person who others can rely on. This doesn't mean you should be rigid. Instead, balance steadiness with empathy, showing that you can both stand firm and adapt when needed. So, if you want to stand out in today's dating world, think like a Stoic. Embody consistency not just to impress, but because it's a reflection of your inner strength and values. Women notice and trust me, this is what makes you unforgettable. 2. Confidence that doesn't seek validation. Confidence is attractive, but not the loud, arrogant kind. True, lasting confidence comes from within, from a solid understanding of your worth. This is where Stoic philosophy can help redefine how you approach confidence in relationships. Stoicism teaches us that self-worth is rooted in our principles and actions, not in the validation we seek from others. This quiet, unshakable confidence, born out of inner strength, is what truly draws others in. Women have insecurities, just like anyone else. When they meet a man who is grounded, who doesn't depend on constant approval or validation from others, it's refreshing. He's secure enough to know his worth, and that's what makes him stand out. Think about it. The Stoics believed that true strength comes from within, and that it's only by focusing on our inner values that we can find stability. In dating, this looks like the kind of confidence that doesn't bend to the ups and downs of other people's opinions or reactions. Consider a man who practices Stoic philosophy. He approaches each situation with a calm awareness of who he is, unaffected by the shifting opinions of others. When faced with rejection or setbacks, he doesn't spiral or question his worth. Instead, he remains steady, understanding that his value isn't based on anyone's approval. This is what Marcus Aurelius meant when he said, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think or do, only what you do." In a relationship, this kind of confidence is incredibly attractive. Women are naturally drawn to men who don't rely on them to feel secure. A man who doesn't need his partner to validate him creates a healthier, more balanced connection. His confidence is not based on whether he's successful in winning her approval. It's based on his inner values and purpose. This allows him to maintain a strong sense of self, even if things don't go his way. If you want to cultivate this kind of confidence, start by working on internal goals that are meaningful to you. Focus on self-discipline, learn to handle your emotions, and practice patience in your daily life. All principles valued in Stoic philosophy. Confidence that doesn't seek validation comes from setting standards for yourself and meeting them. When you rely on your principles to feel fulfilled, you free yourself from the need to prove anything to anyone. Imagine the change in your interactions when you bring this stoic, self-assured confidence into your relationships. You won't be shaken by small challenges or rejections. Instead, you'll be the calm, centered presence that others feel drawn to. 3. Purpose and ambition. A man with genuine ambition, one who constantly seeks to improve himself, is magnetic. This isn't about working endless hours or building a massive empire. It's about having a clear direction and a sense of purpose that keeps you moving forward. And when a woman sees that, it draws her in. Stoic philosophy teaches us that purpose is one of the most vital components of a fulfilling life. According to the Stoics, a life driven by purpose isn't about impressing others, but about living according to values and principles that truly matter. The Stoics believe that ambition should be grounded in self-betterment, not in external validation or superficial achievements. When you pursue goals because they align with your inner values, you're not just chasing success, you're building a life of meaning. In dating, this kind of ambition is incredibly attractive. A man who follows a purpose larger than himself signals that he has direction and depth. This doesn't mean he's working non-stop. It means he's engaged in life and striving toward a vision that fulfills him. Imagine the impact when you bring this sense of purpose into a relationship. Your goals are not just about career achievements or financial success. They're about becoming a better version of yourself. When a woman sees that you're driven by this kind of inner purpose, she feels that she's part of something bigger, something meaningful. It's not about proving yourself to anyone. It's about demonstrating a commitment to growth and personal development. In Stoic terms, you're focused on what's within your control, your actions, decisions, and character. And this grounded ambition is what sets you apart. A man with Stoic ambition approaches his goals with patience and persistence. He knows that setbacks are a part of growth, and he doesn't get discouraged by challenges. This resilience, this ability to keep moving forward without letting external outcomes define him, is incredibly appealing. Women are drawn to this steadiness because it's rare in a world where so many people are easily swayed by distractions and instant gratification. When you're committed to self-improvement, it shows that you're building a life that's grounded, purposeful, and resistant to the ebbs and flows of fleeting circumstances. To develop this kind of ambition, start by setting meaningful goals that align with your values. Whether it's learning a new skill, focusing on personal fitness, or improving your mindset, every small step you take builds momentum. Stoic philosophy reminds us that it's the journey, not the destination, that matters. When you're genuinely driven by purpose, it creates an energy that others feel. Women are naturally drawn to men who aren't just coasting through life, but are actively engaged in their growth. So if you want to stand out, embrace your ambition, not for anyone else, but because it's part of your journey. Remember, purpose is about living a life that you're proud of. 4. The mystery of emotional control. Emotions are powerful, and women, like everyone, feel them deeply. But what truly captivates them is a man who doesn't let his emotions control him. In a world where people often react impulsively, a man who stays calm, composed, and unshaken is a rare and intriguing presence. This level of emotional control is not about suppressing feelings, but about mastering them. And here's where Stoic philosophy comes into play. A philosophy that teaches us to be resilient, to navigate life's highs and lows with steady, thoughtful reactions. According to Stoic philosophy, emotional control is one of the highest forms of strength. The Stoics believe that while we can't control what happens around us, we can control how we respond. When you adopt this mindset, you're not swayed by every challenge, frustration, or unexpected change that comes your way. Instead, you remain grounded, allowing you to think clearly and act with intention. This kind of self-mastery is highly attractive because it shows that you are reliable, calm, and resilient, qualities that signal security and strength to others. Imagine a situation where emotions are running high. Most people would respond impulsively, letting anger, fear, or frustration drive their actions. But a man who embodies Stoic philosophy takes a different approach. He pauses, considers his response, and maintains composure. This emotional steadiness acts like an anchor in stormy waters. For a woman, seeing that you can handle difficult emotions without losing control communicates that you're someone she can rely on, even in tough times. This doesn't mean you're indifferent. It means you're capable of facing emotions without being overwhelmed by them. The so-called bad boy appeal often stems from this element of emotional control. The allure isn't in arrogance or indifference. It's in the ability to remain unshaken, creating an air of mystery and strength. When you can stay calm while others are anxious or reactive, you become someone worth admiring. This doesn't mean you ignore emotions, but rather, you don't let them dictate your actions. As the Stoics taught, he who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. To cultivate this level of emotional control, start with small daily practices. When you feel yourself getting frustrated, take a deep breath, step back, and focus on responding thoughtfully, rather than reacting impulsively. Over time, this builds an inner resilience that becomes a natural part of who you are. Not only does it improve your relationships, but it also enhances your life, allowing you to handle challenges with clarity and confidence. So if you want to stand out, embrace the power of emotional control, inspired by Stoic philosophy. Remember, true strength is not in dominating others, but in mastering yourself. If these insights resonate, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on bringing Stoic principles into your life and relationships. By learning to control your emotions, you'll not only improve your connections, but also create a foundation of inner peace that will benefit every part of your life. 5. The allure of scarcity. In today's world, attention has become a commodity, and for many women, it's readily available. Social media, texts, compliments, it's a constant stream. So, what makes your attention stand out? The answer lies in its scarcity. When a man doesn't instantly validate a woman with likes, messages, or constant admiration, it makes his attention more valuable. And here's how this concept ties into Stoic philosophy. A philosophy that teaches the importance of restraint, patience, and valuing what's truly meaningful. Stoic philosophy emphasizes self-control and valuing what is within our control, rather than rushing to seek approval or gratification. In relationships, this translates to not giving away attention too freely or seeking validation through constant interaction. The Stoics believed in focusing on one's own purpose and inner strength, creating a sense of value that doesn't depend on others' reactions. When you practice this mindset, your attention becomes something rare and valued, rather than easily accessible. Imagine a scenario where you're not the guy constantly texting, liking, or complimenting. Instead, you let her wonder a bit. This doesn't mean ignoring or playing mind games. Rather, it's about showing that your focus is on living a meaningful, balanced life, rather than seeking constant approval. For a woman, this restrained attention feels different. It feels valuable. She begins to wonder what makes you unique and why you're not like every other man trying to gain her attention. It's a subtle intrigue, a mystery rooted in self-respect and intentionality. By practicing Stoic restraint, you signal that your attention is earned, not freely given to just anyone. This aligns with the Stoic value of intentional living. You're mindful of where you place your energy and who you invest time in, focusing on genuine connections over superficial ones. Attention given with this mindful approach gains meaning, as it becomes clear that you're a person who values yourself and doesn't give away your energy casually. Building this sense of scarcity doesn't mean isolating yourself or acting distant for no reason. Instead, it's about balancing the time you invest in others with the time you invest in yourself. Prioritize your goals, engage in hobbies, and continue developing your inner strengths. This way, when you do give attention, it comes from a place of value and intentionality, something women deeply appreciate. So, if you want to be more impactful in your connections, apply the Stoic principle of restraint. Let your attention be rare and meaningful. Instead of seeking validation, focus on becoming a person of depth, purpose, and self-respect. Women will naturally be drawn to this balanced approach, as it communicates that your attention is something special, not to be taken for granted. If these insights resonate with you, be sure to like and subscribe for more content that explores Stoic philosophy and meaningful relationships. By valuing your attention and practicing mindful scarcity, you'll find that your connections are deeper and more fulfilling, guided by the principles of Stoic wisdom. 6. The power of preselection. Preselection is a psychological phenomenon where a man's value rises in a woman's eyes if she sees that other women find him attractive. When a woman observes that you have close female friends or that you're admired by others, it triggers a natural reaction, one rooted in human nature. We tend to desire things that others fireable, as it signals that there must be something valuable. But how does Stoic philosophy fit into this? Stoic philosophy can enhance your approach to preselection by emphasizing authenticity, self-respect, and a focus on personal growth. Stoic philosophy teaches us to live with integrity and to be genuine in our interactions with others. The idea of preselection doesn't mean you should seek approval or surround yourself with others just to look attractive. Instead, it's about building meaningful relationships with high-quality people who respect you and share your values. When you align with Stoic values, your connections naturally become deeper and more valuable. You're not trying to appear valuable. You are valuable because of the way you live and the respect you cultivate. Imagine having female friends who genuinely appreciate you for who you are, friends with whom you share mutual respect and understanding. These friendships reflect positively on your character, showcasing your ability to connect and maintain meaningful relationships. Stoicism encourages us to be authentic in our connections, which means these friendships are genuine, not just a means to an end. When women see that you are well regarded by others, especially other women, it signals that you are a man of integrity, depth, and kindness, qualities that align with Stoic values and are inherently attractive. The beauty of preselection, when practiced through a Stoic lens, is that it doesn't rely on manipulation or superficial tactics. Instead, it's a natural byproduct of living a life aligned with your principles. As the Stoics taught, focus on building a strong inner character rather than chasing external validation. By doing so, you cultivate an aura of respect and admiration that others, including women, naturally respond to. You don't need to prove your worth. Your actions and relationships speak for themselves. To cultivate this quality, focus on personal growth and surround yourself with people who elevate you. Engage in meaningful conversations, support others, and be present in your friendships. This approach not only enhances your life but also creates a solid foundation of preselection. People will see that you are genuinely valued by others, not because you're seeking attention, but because you embody qualities worth respecting. So, if you're looking to attract others through authenticity, consider the principles of Stoic philosophy. Embrace meaningful connections, act with integrity, and focus on personal growth. By living authentically, you'll naturally draw people to you who appreciate your genuine character. 7. Masculinity and strength. Masculinity isn't about being loud, aggressive, or domineering. True masculinity is defined by inner strength, a clear purpose, and grounded confidence. Women are naturally drawn to qualities that make them feel secure and protected, and a man who embodies these traits radiates a quiet power that is hard to ignore. Here, Stoic philosophy offers a timeless guide on how to cultivate this strength, not through force or control, but through resilience, composure, and intentional living. In Stoic philosophy, strength is not measured by how much you can dominate others, but by how well you can control yourself. Stoics believe that true power lies in mastering your own reactions, remaining calm in the face of adversity, and maintaining control over your emotions. This kind of masculinity is rooted in stability and purpose. When you cultivate inner resilience, you become a person who isn't easily rattled by life's challenges, big or small. And this calm, controlled presence is magnetic because it signals a kind of security and reliability that is rare. Imagine a man who faces a stressful situation, a missed opportunity, a disagreement, or an unexpected setback. Instead of reacting impulsively or losing his temper, he takes a step back, assesses the situation, and responds thoughtfully. This level-headed approach isn't about ignoring emotions, it's about handling them with maturity. For a woman, this kind of emotional stability is incredibly appealing. It's comforting to be with someone who doesn't let trivial issues shake him, and who can approach challenges with a clear mind and a steady hand. Stoic masculinity also means having a sense of purpose, a driving force that keeps you grounded no matter what comes your way. When you're focused on meaningful goals, you exude a confidence that isn't easily shaken by setbacks or others' opinions. This kind of strength doesn't require validation because it's based on your own values and aspirations. As Marcus Aurelius, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." When you embody the Stoic mindset, you naturally attract others who are drawn to your self-assured presence. Building this inner strength requires self-discipline, patience, and dedication to personal growth. Start by identifying what matters most to you and commit to acting in alignment with those values. Work on staying calm under pressure and remind yourself that you control your reactions, even if you can't control external events. With time, this practice becomes part of who you are, a man with an unshakable foundation, someone who others can rely on. So, if you want to attract others and inspire confidence, embrace the Stoic approach to masculinity. Be the man who stands firm in his principles and who can face challenges without losing control. Women are naturally drawn to this kind of strength because it provides a sense of security and admiration. 8. Leadership with charisma. True leadership is not about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about having a clear direction, confidence, and the quiet strength that inspires others to follow. Women are naturally drawn to men who exhibit this type of leadership, who can take charge, not by dominating, but by offering calm guidance and decisive action. Stoic philosophy, with its focus on self-mastery and intentional living, provides powerful lessons on embodying charismatic leadership in a way that draws others in without force or arrogance. In Stoic philosophy, leadership starts with leading oneself. The Stoics believe that you cannot effectively lead others unless you have control over your mind, emotions, and actions. As Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic leaders, taught, the best leaders are those who act with purpose and integrity, not ego. When you're clear on where you're going and why, your decisions are more intentional and your confidence is more grounded. This calm decisiveness is highly attractive because it shows that you're not swayed by every passing trend or external pressure. You have a vision and you're committed to it. Imagine planning a date, for example. Instead of being unsure or asking what she wants to do, you take charge with a plan. You confidently suggest a place, time, and activity, showing that you're invested in creating a meaningful experience. This doesn't mean disregarding her preferences. Rather, it's about showing that you have the initiative to make choices. Women appreciate a man who can guide them with consideration, someone who can make decisions while still valuing her input. Charismatic leadership is also about being present in conversations. When you engage actively, ask thoughtful questions, and guide the discussion naturally, it creates a sense of connection and mutual respect. Stoicism teaches us to listen attentively and respond meaningfully, a skill that is essential in any conversation. This type of charisma isn't about impressing her with grand gestures or being overly assertive. Instead, it's about making her feel heard and valued by engaging with genuine interest. Leadership grounded in Stoic principles doesn't rely on external validation or approval. You lead because you're confident in your direction, not because you need others to follow you. This approach creates a unique magnetism, as people, including women, naturally respect and trust someone who leads from a place of authenticity and inner strength. If you're working on developing this kind of charismatic leadership, start by refining your own goals and principles. Actively practice making decisions with integrity and purpose, no matter how small. Take responsibility for your choices and don't fear judgment from others. Over time, this Stoic approach will transform you into a leader who inspires trust and admiration without needing to demand it. So if you're looking to enhance your presence and connect with others meaningfully, adopt the Stoic path of authentic leadership. Women are naturally drawn to a man who knows where he's going, who can make choices with confidence, and who values the people around him. 9. Passion for your own interests. There's something undeniably magnetic about a person who pursues their passions with genuine enthusiasm and dedication. For men, this kind of passion, whether it's for a career, a hobby, or personal growth, shows drive, purpose, and a life that is full of meaning. Women are naturally drawn to men who have interests and ambitions of their own because it signals depth and a zest for life. In Stoic philosophy, this focus on personal development and purposeful pursuits is a core tenet, as Stoics believe in living a life that's intentional and fulfilling, driven by internal values rather than external validation. Stoic philosophy teaches that fulfillment comes from pursuing things that align with our inner values, not from seeking approval. When you're genuinely passionate about something, it's evident that you're not just doing it to impress or to gain validation. You're doing it because it enriches your life and adds to your growth. For a woman, this is deeply attractive because it shows that you are self-sufficient and have a life that's exciting on its own. You're not waiting for someone else to complete you. You're already engaged in your journey, and you invite her to join, not to fill a void. Imagine you're dedicated to a personal project or a skill you're working to master. This passion becomes a part of your daily routine, something you look forward to and invest your time and energy in. When she sees this commitment, it communicates that you have goals and a vision for yourself. It's a sign of emotional and mental strength, a willingness to grow, and a focus on self-betterment, all of which are deeply rooted in Stoic principles. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, taught the importance of focusing on one's own path, free from the need for outside praise or admiration. This philosophy encourages you to do things that resonate with your values, to cultivate skills, and to seek personal excellence, not for external rewards, but because it builds character. When a woman witnesses this kind of devotion, it becomes clear that you are a person with substance, a person who is committed to living fully, regardless of others' opinions. Pursuing your interests with genuine passion creates an energy that others can feel. You invite her into a life that's already meaningful, rather than asking her to be the sole source of fulfillment. This isn't about neglecting her or acting indifferent. It's about sharing a life that's vibrant and full of purpose, which is incredibly appealing. Women want to be part of something exciting, something that gives them a sense of shared adventure and growth. If you want to cultivate this energy, start by identifying what genuinely excites you. Dive into hobbies, projects, or goals that resonate with your values. The more you pursue your interests, the more confident and fulfilled you'll feel, which naturally draws others toward you. And remember, Stoic philosophy teaches that true happiness is found in aligning with your inner values, not in seeking approval from others. So, if you're ready to enhance your life with purpose and passion, embrace the Stoic approach to self-discovery. Women will feel this genuine drive, and they'll be intrigued by a man who doesn't just live for validation, but lives with intent and joy. So there you have it, the top 9 female weaknesses every man must know. This isn't about playing games or manipulation. It's about truly understanding what women value most in a partner. When you know these insights, you can stand out as a man who is confident, consistent, and driven by purpose. Embracing these qualities allows you to build real, meaningful connections that resonate on a deeper level. If you found value in this video, hit the like button and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What surprised you most, or what would you like to see in future videos? Don't forget to subscribe to Stoic Narratives Official for more insights inspired by Stoic philosophy on building stronger connections, self-growth, and purposeful living. Stay tuned and join us as we dive deeper into practical wisdom that can transform your relationships and life. Thanks for watching Top 9 Female Weaknesses Every Man Must Know.